Hi, I'm Mark Meyer with Enviroguard. Today we're going to be training on how to eliminate odors using liquid form chlorine dioxide. We're going to discuss safety requirements, precautions, specialty tools, best practices, chemical dilutions, chemical concentrations, chemical sizing and treatment types to maximize the results, efficiency, and profit of your odor elimination services. Let's discuss personal protection equipment. Liquid treatment constitutes a direct exposure level where chemical contact is expected and/or unavoidable. For skin protection from direct exposure, use Tychem QC suits or equivalent. For respiratory protection, use the multi-gas multi-vapor cartridge for your full-face respirator. Make sure that your mask has been fit tested. Use nitrile gloves for chemical resistance and a work glove to prevent ripping of the nitrile glove. Chlorine dioxide has been used for the past 200 years for the purposes of disinfection, odor control, and odor elimination. Because it's a strong oxidizer that is both selective and non-reactive, chlorine dioxide is effective in low concentrations. It only attacks organic molecules with electron-rich centers, and it only reacts with sulfuric substances, amines, and reactive organic substances. This specificity provides for a broad range of uses when mitigating odors while not impacting common construction materials such as wood, metals, rubbers, and plastics. Finally, once used, chlorine dioxide only leaves behind a temporary odor, best described as a pool smell, and a microscopic amount of sodium, thereby avoiding unwanted chemical residues and harsh fumes. Chlorine dioxide tabs are great for small to mid-sized jobs for both carpets and surfaces of up to 7,500 square feet. The 4-gram tab makes a total of 100 parts per million of chlorine dioxide and should only be used for liquid treatments on textiles or on concentrated spots. The 4-gram tab dilutes into 1 gallon as a ready-to-use solution at 100 parts per million and is the appropriate concentration for textiles and to prevent against color change or fade. The 20-gram tab makes a total of 500 parts per million and is perfect for mid-sized textile treatments requiring up to 5 gallons of ready-to-use solution, or it can be used at a higher concentration of 500 parts per million per gallon on non-textile surfaces diluted into 1 gallon of water. The 100-gram tab makes a total of 2,500 parts per million and is perfect for large textile treatments requiring up to 25 gallons of ready-to-use solution, or it can be used at higher concentrations of 500 to 1,000 parts per million per gallon on non-textile surfaces diluted in 2.5 to 5 gallons of water. Chlorine dioxide kits are used for large to exceptionally large liquid treatments. The 200-gram kit makes a total of 5,000 parts per million of chlorine dioxide. For large textile treatments, it makes 50 gallons of ready-to-use solution at 100 parts per million per gallon. For non-textile surfaces, it can be used at a higher concentration of 500 to 1,000 parts per million per gallon when diluted into 5 to 10 gallons of water. The 1,000-gram kit is the most popular kit and makes a total of 25,000 parts per million of chlorine dioxide. For exceptionally large textile treatments, it makes 250 gallons of ready-to-use solution at 100 parts per million per gallon. For non-textile surfaces, it can be used at higher concentrations of 500 to 1,000 parts per million per gallon when diluted into 25 to 50 gallons of water. Selecting the appropriate sized tab or kit should be matched to each job's specific needs. Refer to the chlorine dioxide selection chart and the appropriate production protocol for details. The equipment needed to run the liquid production protocol includes appropriately sized plastic containers for dilution, generally ranging from 1 to 50 gallons in size, the BTM electric sprayer, Primera flat mop with scrub pads, blue foam sponges and microfiber pads, a wet extractor or wet vacuum for carpet and upholstery, and a spade for soil cutaways only. Best practices for liquid treatment include humans and pets should vacate the property being treated until clearance is given by the professional contractor. Delicate plants should be removed from the environment prior to treatment. Fish tanks should be covered and aeration should cease during treatment. Humidity in the space should be 50% or greater for best results. Any additional remediation or restoration services should be done prior to or after the odor mitigation services. Carpet, upholstery, wall, hard floor, and ceiling cleaning should take place prior to vapor treatment. Post danger signage on all entry doors. No reoccupancy of the space should take place until chlorine dioxide levels are equal to or less than 0.01 parts per million. There are some additional best practices for both commercial and industrial work. Document schedules and notifications required to meet the needs of cleaning crews, production, and maintenance staff so as to avoid entry of employees and contractors during chlorine dioxide odor elimination services. Lockout-tagout services should be considered for all entry points. Now let's walk through specific procedures for liquid treatments. Prior to beginning procedures, the technician setting up the chlorine dioxide treatment should be in PPE as previously mentioned. When working in multi-family or multi-tenant commercial units, seal off all wall penetrations including pipe chases, vent fans to the attic, switches, and wall outlets. Begin with clean mixed containers. Add water into each container prior to the chemical. Add the dry chlorine dioxide chemical components to the water and gently mix until nearly dissolved. When working with two-part kits, dilute each part individually before combining. Apply the chlorine dioxide solution to the surface with the preferred applicator. Allow the chlorine dioxide solution to dissolve the soil load on the surface. For textiles, carpet, and upholstery, allow to dwell for up to 10 minutes before wet extraction. Remove all soil load from the carpet and upholstery surfaces through wet extraction. Remove soil loads from walls, hardwood floors, and ceilings with the Primera microfiber pad that is lightly wetted with a clean chlorine dioxide solution. The remaining soiled chlorine dioxide solution can be flushed down a toilet or poured into a sink for disposal. Test the space with your chlorine dioxide meter to ensure that levels are below 0.01 part per million before authorizing reoccupancy of the space. The following additional procedures are for soil treatments only. With a small spade, take one or more cutaway samples of earth to determine the necessary penetration depth. Make 1 gallon of chlorine dioxide solution at 1,000 parts per million and test 1 square foot to the penetration depth as previously determined. Finally, make the necessary number of gallons as determined to treat the entire affected soil area. All Enviroguard products described in this video can be found at EnviroguardDirect.com or call us at 828-548-3900 for more information.